Oh, I, I would say probably for them to want to jump in to the shoes of the main character and try to fight for them obtaining the goal they want. That's what these pieces originally were developed as forum theater, which is where the audience has the opportunity to jump into the scene and direct it the way they would like for the character to reach the goal that is set up with. So we would want them to really empathize with the character so much that they would want to be in that role and take charge.
Question. I also want them to forget that we're in this particular device. And I know still, if we do our job and we're able to tell these stories that represent a lot of our own correctly, hopefully they'll make that leap with us. So I'm cheating a little bit because I'm kind of looking at all the scenes and I want to see if I'm able to count exactly how many vignettes make up scenes from the Outcast. It's one, two, three, four, five, six, at least between six and eight different stories that we're representing, and all of them have something deal with a different type of scenario. Most of them are oppressive situations that we've organized around. All of them are original pieces, and they're all conducted through the Zoom format. We deal from everything from transphobia to racism to whether it's for Spanish speakers or whether it's for our African American community. I mean, that's just a couple, but they all have something like that that make them unique. Did I miss anything? Would anyone care to add to what I said?
Well, to answer the first question also, I think what I would like to see is someone maybe see themselves in a situation and like, yeah, I identify with that. That has happened to me. And also maybe get a different perspective on it. Like, oh, that's a thing I could have tried. Maybe I'll try that next time. Because that's what I'm finding that I'm learning. So I'm hoping other people will find that as well.
I just wanted to, that we do hope that they do identify with it and can empathize with the character or even the scenario, or even if they can't identify with that particular issue, there's something within that they in the story that they can identify with.
Or get a greater understanding. Maybe I don't
Yeah.
identify, but oh, I didn't know that it was even a thing. Like
Mhm.
she does a scene about Afro being Afro Latina, and there's some things like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing, and then it might, expand other people's understanding.
So there are many different facets to this arsenal of theater. This began back in the late 1960s from the individual that I just mentioned, Augusto Boal. There are different forms, such as forum theater, image theater, there's invisible theater, newspaper theater, etc. But the type that we sort of gravitated the most is this forum theater style, where we'll present a particular oppressive scenario, and there'll be a protagonist, and then there'll be an antagonist. And we'll present the scene so that the audience that's experiencing it pretty much knows what's going on. They know the story. And then after the first presentation, we'll invite spectators to actually enter the shoes of the protagonist so that they can try to find a way of maneuvering outside of that oppressive scenario, try to find a different way of ending the scene with our actors. And that's forum theater.
Wonderful. Fran, can you think of any other questions?
Well, I think we kind of got
So it's again it's been around for a while. It hasn't really taken on, unfortunately, within the regular theatrical world. But we began utilizing it just because we knew we could put our stories at the forefront of the type of theater that we wanted to create, and our actors would be the main characters, the main that we want right for those particular scenes, and that's how we've been able to create these 6 to 8 original pieces. It's been through improvisational exercises that have been based on that type of theater.
Oh my gosh, that is a big question. Hmm, I think because right now, we're in a time where people are worried about what is right or what's wrong to what feels to them. But I like the optics of a bunch of people coming together um, for weeks and weeks of performance, all based in truth. Because I think that we've gone through the last 4 years where it was where the truth was kind of thrown out the window, and it was really just like, what do I feel is right, or what do or that's not the facts that I'm getting. Um, so for a full months long, like, just brunt of a bunch of people coming together and say, hey, these are truths, that's really powerful right now.
Thank you, Troy.
For me, I think it's for so many years. I grew up a New Yorican, and I'm a little older than I look, maybe, hopefully. And I didn't grow up with heroes. I didn't have Jennifer Lopez. I mean, she was around my same time, so she didn't come big till I was already an adult. I had Rita Moreno. That's it. And for so long, I didn't even see myself. If you look at old theater, it looks like Hispanics weren't even alive then. Like, we just came in to fashion all of a sudden in the 60s or 70s. And so others have gotten to tell our story. We've been the maids, we've been the housekeepers. That's not everybody. That's not really a true reflection of our story. And this gives us an opportunity to tell our stories from our perspectives. And that's what I see. That's what it means to me.
Thank you, Lillian. You gave me goosebumps. Linda, do you
So
have
dramatic.
anything?
Yes, especially we're living in a time where we were getting fake information from our president um, and our former president. And so to me, it's important that we get the truth out there and that it resonates with other people. And then we also take their stories and we present their stories to make other people aware. I think by doing this, we learn how to come together and understand each other better. And I think that through theater, I think it is a means to an end for that social unity that we need.
I believe the type of theater that we've come across with Theater of the Oppressed, Augusto Boal's Theater of the Oppressed, allows us to do both. We can use the stories that make us who we are, use improvisational exercises to create them, and then between us, as we rotate around from producing, acting, directing, etc., stage managing, we give ourselves our own agency and power to be able to put those things on the stage.